What's up YouTube, Dad here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you, as you can see before you, this Tellarknight Ariadne build that I said that I would do in the previous Tellarknight update deck. Now, previously I ran this card without the new support and went 4-1 with it because the Ariadne worked out quite well when you see it, that is. I've now updated it a bit more, and as we go through the deck you'll see the new additions that I've made. Apologies for the different colour sleeves. I am prepping for a regional this weekend, so all my cards are coming from different decks. So, without further ado, we'll crack straight into it, and we'll see how this does. So, it's a very standard Tellarknight lineup. I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see it clearer. So, you know, triple Deneb, searcher of the deck, straightforward, simple. Triple Outer Ear, again, your Revive from Grave. Triple Unakalai, your Foolish Burial. Double Vega, and then the single Alsham. Now this is a 41 card deck. You can easily take Alsham out if you don't want to, if you don't like it, but I personally like Alsham in my Tellarknight builds. And then you play triple Ariadne. Now the idea of this deck is to get your Ariadnes as fast as you possibly can, because as you see when we go through, we've got quite a lot of counter traps. Now the reason we've got that is because obviously Ariadne allows you to activate counter traps that discard or pay life points for free. And then when an Ariadne is popped, you then get to search out, you reveal 3 counter traps from your deck. Your opponent chooses 1 and you add 1 to your hand. So it can then help you search out your, because you have so many counter trap options, it helps you search out your alphas. And then obviously your warnings, your strikes, and all the cards like that. So that's why it's, you know, an interesting build, especially when you put it with the Card of Demise variant. So obviously the Card of Demise is the best way and one of the quickest ways to get to all your back row and your Ariadnes, because then you, even if you open up, if you Demise into 2 Ariadnes, you put them in both scales, your opponent's got more to worry about. I mean, they can Twin Twister and pop both your Ariadnes, and it's not once per turn, so it then means you add 2 counter traps to your hand. But if they haven't got the ability to pop your Ariadnes, plus after Demise you're going to be hoping that you've got a full back row ready to go anyway. So it then gives your opponent 7 cards to worry about. And for you to have the ability of activating warnings, strikes are free, it can really worry your opponent. Next up you play 2 Pot of Dualities, again to get to your Demises or get to any of the cards, any Ariadne as fast as you can. 2 Skybridge, because it's such a good card for the Tellarknights. It helps you swap your Tellarknights around, especially with Demise. If you're going to be dumping stuff in the grave, you set this for your next turn. You can then activate this, return whatever you have onto the field to your deck, get a new one out, and then revive whatever you've sent to the grave. And then 1 Raigeki for ball wipes. Now, like I said before, this is a 41 card deck. There's definitely cards in here you can cut if you don't want them in there. 41 is just, it's okay. It's 1 too many for the minimum, but with the Demise, it's not that much of an issue. Now the traps I'm going to do the ones that aren't counter traps, and then we'll go through the counter traps. So triple Call of the Haunted for the pure fact that you're always going to be dumping stuff to the grave with Demise, and then obviously the way Tellarknights work anyway, Call of the Haunted is you need to have it in there. And then I've got the 1 Oasis Dragon Souls. This can easily be bumped up to 2, no argument about that. And then we play 1 Dimensional Barrier. Again, this could easily be 2. It's just for the pure fact that this is a counter trap heavy build. So I think our counter traps are 12 counter traps in this deck. So yeah, when we get to them you'll see. And then the last normal trap is Vanity's Emptiness. So now onto the counter traps. And when we go through the counter traps, I'll explain a bit more. So triples Turnover Alpha. Now this one you're not going to be able to activate for free. However, you can search it out, and we all know that this is probably one of the best Tellarknight cards possible. And then to have this set with Demise and then 4 other back rows, plus you've got a Tellarknight there ready to go. What more could you want? 2 Ultimate Provenance. Now I will say this before we go through to the rest of the counter traps. The counter traps that I put in here are cards that I am willing to pay the cost for anyway. I'm happy to pay the cost for stuff like Ultimate Providence, even if I don't have Ariadne on board. Obviously the whole idea is to get Ariadne on board ready to go and do it for free, but just in case you can't, I'm happy to pay a cost for Ultimate Providence because it's just such a good card. Double Curse Sealed Forbidden One. Now I love this card so much. It's just a shame, but I think it's a really nice card. So you activate this, discard 1 spell card from your hand, negate the activation and effect of a spell card, and destroy it. Your opponent cannot activate spell cards of the same name, including that spell card that was destroyed by this effect during the rest of the duel. So you hit stuff like Dark Magical Circle, they're stuffed. You hit stuff like Melody of the Awakening Dragon or Return, and it just shuts the decks down. You hit ABC Hanger, stuff like that, Domain when that was around. So it's just such a nice card. Again, I'm happy to pay the cost of it. The spell lineup isn't that heavy in this deck, so ideally you want Ariadne on board. So like I said before, it's just getting to Ariadne as quickly as possible. And believe it or not, you see it more times than not, so hence the build. Got one Judgment Anubis. This can easily be taken out. It's just another counter trap that can be activated for free. So you discard one card, negate the activation of effect of a spell card controlled by your opponent. That includes the effect of destroying spell and or trap cards on the field. So Twin Twisters, MST, stuff like that. You destroy it, then you get to destroy one face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field, and then deal damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. Next up is 2 Solemn Strikes. You can easily run this at 3, no argument about that. I just can't find my third at the moment. But yeah, you could easily run this at 3 if you want to. You've got Judgment Anubis, you could drop down. You know, counter traps is all personal preference. And then obviously Solemn Warning, you know, best counter trap in the game. And then 1 Chaos Trap Hole. This can easily be taken out. It's another one that you can activate for free that negates Light and Darks. And with the amount of Light and Dark cards out there at the moment, why not? So that's it for the main deck. Again, pretty straightforward, straight to the point with that. And like I said, it's basically just get Ariadne out as quickly as you possibly can. You can turn it into more of a stall deck. I'm not saying this is better than the actual deck that Ariadne is made for, but it does its job. Now on to the XYZs. Again, really straightforward. Diamond, double Trevere, single Deltaros, 2 of the new Dark Tellarknight Ptolemaeus, just because, you know, he's easier to get into when you do get into him, happy days. 1 Diagusto Emerald for the recycle and draws. Consider Omega to protect your board. I really like this card. I think it's so underrated. But yeah, really nice card. I like that. Bujin Tsukiyomi, Gaga Cowboy for game. Number 86 Heroic Champion, Robomiad if you can get a full board. The Utopia and then Utopia Lightning, Castel, and Abyss Dweller. So really straightforward on those. Standard, easy to make, easy to get hold of, extra deck cards. And that is it. It's as simple, it's as easy as that. So it's basically Tellarknights with the Ariadne and Card of Demise. Get to your Ariadne as fast as you possibly can and then start activating stuff for free. And like I said, what I've found when I've tested it in the past is people just forget about Ariadne being there. So you'll activate a warning and they'll be like, oh, you're going to pay the life points then? And you're like, no, I've got Ariadne on board. And then they're just like, crap. So, yeah, it's really fun. I enjoyed it. I love my Tellarknights. It was just a random thought that I put together to see how it would do. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm not saying this is perfect. This is not something to go and take to Worlds or anything like that. It's just for a bit of fun. And it's just really nice to see your opponent's look on their face when you go, I'm activating this like insanely powerful counter track card for free. So yeah, this is, now that we've come to the end of the video, this is our 200th video. Our 200th video. We've been up since January 14th, I think, this year. So we're nearly 11 months old. We've nearly hit 2,000 subscribers. I think we're only a couple away from that, which is amazing for us. And then this is our 200th video. So I'm really happy with that. And I'm really happy with all the support you guys have given us. And the fact that everyone keeps watching and giving us thumbs up on the videos, subscribing, and just the pure support. I love doing this. I love going through the game that I love to play. I love my enthusiasm for Dark Magician decks, and I really appreciate all the support towards those. I mean, everyone that's helped out and given us suggestions, you've helped make my deck better. Which, you know, I'm not bringing you the best decks in the world. I'm not saying these decks are the best, they're going to change the world. I'm bringing you decks that have worked for me, that I enjoy playing. There's no point in playing a boring deck if you don't enjoy playing it. So my suggestion to all players out there is play what you enjoy playing. Enjoy it. You lose with what you enjoy, that's fine. You come back another day, you make it stronger, you make it better. You know, that's how I like to play this game. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for all your support. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and as always guys, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.